All right, dude, we're starting off with the DC sandwich thrower found not guilty.
Not guilty verdict in the case of the so-called DC sandwich guy. Sean Dunn had been accused of throwing a sandwich at a Border Patrol agent during the federal law enforcement surge here in Washington.
My goat.
Over the summer. The moment went viral, as you remember, but the officer wasn't hurt, and jurors now say the federal charges didn't even meet the moment.
Oh, wow. You mean to tell me that they tried to make like a political statement off of one of the dumbest things, like one of the silliest moments of all time? This was so stupid. I can't believe that this was even a thing.
Dunn had this to say after the verdict.
Opened their hearts and homes to me. I am eternally grateful. And I am so happy that justice prevails in spite of everything happening. And that night, I believe that I was protecting the rights of immigrants.
Joining me now, Washington managing editor Catherine Falters, also our legal contributor, Shauna Lloyd. So, Catherine, what more do we know?
Well, we knew that Sean Dunn obviously was in court. The jury was deliberating through yesterday and into
assault with a deadly weapon. That's right. The audacity, bro. The dude was like geared up the wazoo, and he gets hit with a fucking deli meat filled sandwich. And then the administration try to be like, this is the worst crime that's ever taken place in the history of crimes. It's like, I got no fucking respect for a lot of people already, because I feel like they're not worthy of respect. But I lost what remains of the respect that I had, albeit marginal for many, who looked at that situation and were like, this is a crime, it's assault. Fuck around and find out. It's like, bro, you are a deeply unserious motherfucker. If you looked at that situation and were like, oh, well, someone has to deal with these serious criminals, it's like, what the fuck are we doing, man? What are we doing? What are we doing? Actually, what are we doing? Are we being for real? Could have been fentanyl in that sandwich. It's like, it's crazy. Just watch the video. I have.
today, and they found him not guilty. Now, not guilty of course, causing any bodily harm to the officer, that agent who he threw the sandwich at. Now, we heard testimony from that agent, from that officer, just yesterday or the day before, where he took the stand describing the incident of the sandwich hitting him. He said the sandwich hit him and exploded on him, and that he felt the impact of the sandwich, but that it didn't hurt him. Now, we do know that throughout the course of jury...
Are you serious? Like, you went to a court and you straight up were like, a sandwich exploded on my chest and I felt the explosive impact of a delicious deli sandwich. This is one of those moments where, like, we shouldn't waste anybody's time. You are just better off not saying that and maintaining what remains of your dignity. But I guess if you're a fucking ICE agent, it doesn't matter. You ain't got none of that. Kinetically charged projectile. The kinetically charged projectile that is a sandwich that is also known as a sandwich was able to enter my vicinity.
Deliberations, they did ask for the definition of bodily harm. What does that exactly mean? That's what the jury was considering here. Did that sandwich that hit the officer physically hurt the officer? We heard the officer's testimony. He said it didn't hurt him. So that obviously factored in to their decision here today. You saw him speak there afterwards, obviously in court. He said he's relieved and looked forward to moving on with his life.
I'm not going to lie. It's very hard to do this entire segment with a straight face. Shauna, what do you make of the jury's decision here?
The jury's decision is legally sound because what the charge we're talking about requires...
You got the local news laughing at you. Normally, local news would never dare talk about assault with a deadly weapon against a fucking member of law enforcement. And you even got the local news laughing at your dumb ass.
To believe that they were in imminent harm or that the ability to harm him was there. And when we talk about this injury, you know, when we look at a sandwich, he was able to see the sandwich. They're in close proximity. It's wrapped. Hitting at someone with a sandwich isn't causing an injury, nor could you believe that you were going to be injured. So the verdict is very consistent. And this is why we have a grand jury process, right? The grand jury even rejected charges associated with this because I think it just does not meet the criminal standard.
Okay, it turns out you can't indict a ham sandwich. I thought you could indict a ham sandwich, right? It turns out you literally can't. This is the moment.
Here's some breaking news now. Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says she will not seek re-election. In a video posted on social media, Pelosi's thanking the people of San Francisco and urging them to keep fighting to make the country a better place.
I will not be seeking re-election to Congress.
No.
With a grateful heart, I look forward to my final year of service
Nancy, no.
as your proud representative. As we go forward, my message to the city...
My Pelosi is quaking. This morning I woke up and my Pelosi was quaking. And I knew there was a disturbance in the forest.
I love is this. San Francisco, know your power. We have made history. We have made progress. We have always led the way. And now we must continue to do so by remaining full participants in our democracy and fighting for the American ideals we hold dear.
Bro, she's so old. She got black and white footage at the beginning of her career. Like, what the fuck?
Jay, why make this announcement now?
Yeah, Diane, Nancy Pelosi saying she won't run for re-election because of, in part, or at least it made today, because it comes after Election Day. Nancy Pelosi was integral in Prop 50 in California. That was that redistricting effort in that state that was successful, redrawing the state's congressional maps to try to get 5 additional Democratic seats. And Nancy Pelosi's office signaled that she would release a decision about what would be next for her after Election Day. And now that this video comes out, it is the turning of a very significant page here on Capitol Hill. Someone who had an iron grip on the Democratic caucus when she was Speaker of the House. Someone who's been in caucus rather...
How is she gonna keep doing insider trading if she's no longer inside? If Paul Pelosi's portfolio dips the moment that she's out of Congress, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind, bro. Straight up. Just openly being like, yeah, we were doing it the whole time.
Well, it is a new chapter in the Democratic Party, and it's just another signifier of that. When she turned over the reins to Hakeem Jeffries, now the top Democrat in the House, that was one of the first steps in the direction of a new era of Democratic leadership and a leaving of the decades, really, of Pelosi era of Democratic leadership, where you had an iron grip on the caucus, where Democrats were known for their unity, and their unity was their strength, et cetera, et cetera. Now it's a much different Democratic caucus with Hakeem Jeffries at the reins.
She literally left us with Hakeem Jeffries, by the way. It's so cooked. Thank you, Nancy. All the glaze in the fucking world, and she just cooked our asses.
Year old, where she was on a diplomatic trip overseas, and she fell and shattered her hip. And still, while wearing stiletto heels, as she so typically wore and still wears, she stood up, she gripped the arm of a fellow lawmaker, she steadied herself, she posed for a group photo, and then she went to the hospital for them to treat her for a broken hip. It is that strength that...
Oh, sick. Wow, what a story of perseverance, dude. Overcoming great odds. Yeah, man, my grandma did that too. I don't think she should be one of the most powerful women in the country, you know? A position that requires dynamism. And even my grandma, especially in that moment of being reminded of her own mortality, would probably not call in to ensure that an 80-year-old cancer patient, Jerry Connolly, becomes the fucking oversight committee head, only to die shortly thereafter. Because that's what she did. She literally made phone calls from the hospital bed being like, hey, do not mistake this reminder of my personal mortality with any sort of interest in breaking the current gerontocratic seniority process that we have. I am more confident than ever before that we must have even older people in key positions of power in the Democratic Party. That's what she said. Oh, of course, Donald Trump has some choice words for Nancy Pelosi.
And your drug prices will go down 600, 700, 800%. And I'll be given no credit for it, because I never get credit for anything. But nobody else could have done this. So, Michael, thank you very much.
Thank you for being your Nancy Pelosi.
Nancy Pelosi. I think she's an evil woman. I'm glad she's retiring. I think she did the country a great service by retiring. I think she was a tremendous liability for the country. I thought she was an evil woman who did a poor job, who cost the country a lot in damages and in reputation. I thought she was terrible. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for having me.
He's gonna miss her. Nah, he hates her. Yeah, speaking of Nancy Pelosi, earlier in her career, Nancy Pelosi actually advocated for single-payer healthcare. That was until she realized how much money she could make being corrupt and serving corporate interests. She will retire as just another corrupt politician who used the government to enrich herself. Or more accurately, until she realized it meant kicking union members out of their better healthcare plans and shutting down the Veterans Administration and appending Medicare. I love this fucking argument so much. Like, how will we get people to join unions if everybody has healthcare? I don't know. Maybe they get to advocate for different benefits instead. There's still plenty of benefits that they could demand. Now the healthcare is taken care of. It's like saying we shouldn't have OSHA regulations because that way unions can collectively bargain for additional safety measures. We shouldn't have the fucking 5-day work week. That way unions can continue maintaining the 5-day work week, and then non-unionized employees can work for 7 days a week. Okay.
Science and creating high-value jobs. But today we... Oh, are you okay? Gordon, you okay? Yeah.
They put, dude, this is what happens when he stands near JD Vance, brother. That's what happened. Wait, replay it. I missed it.
For nearly 150
this
years,
guy, look.
My company, Eli Lilly, has been investing in America. We've been advancing science and creating high-value jobs. But today we... Oh, are you okay? Gordon, you okay? Yeah.
RFK dipped? Wait, what? Where is RFK?
That we've been speaking about.
Why are you guys saying RFK dipped? RFK's right here.
That can fundamentally America. We've been... Oh, are you okay? Gordon, you okay?
Oz rushes towards him. Where does RFK go? Do you guys have a better angle? I need to see his motion. Why did he run away? Is he the one responsible? What the fuck?
Creating high-value jobs. But today we... Oh, are you okay? Gordon, you okay?
What the fuck? Dude, it's an admin full of sickos, dude. That's so funny. It's definitely the opposite response that you would expect of someone. Like, it's just like a not human thing to do. Bro, he walked away like he did it. I mean, it's funny, but he probably was looking for help. I'm assuming he was looking for help. He probably ran over to get help, but to make sure that the help didn't bring Tylenol. Because like if someone else went to get help, they might have accidentally brought Tylenol. Newsmax's immediate response to the medical emergency at the Oval Office, President Trump, we want to be clear, is okay.
So you're looking live right now. President Trump, we want to be clear, is okay. We know that Dr. Oz, there was some sort of medical emergency. The president in the Oval Office announcing this historic agreement draft.
None of the important people in the room are in any danger. Don't worry. This is the best. This actually is the best photo. This is the photo I was talking about. This is a defining photo of this administration. I love that. Just a dude dying, literally within reaching distance. And the president's like, what are you gonna do?